trauma-based programs that we inherited or unconsciously learned in society as young as when we were 5 can still be stored in our physical bodies as trauma blockages. People who have a lot of stomach aches or like IBS type symptoms oftentimes are storing their trauma in their gut and their stomachs. Others will store it in their lumbar backs, their low backs, and have a lot of low back strain. And that's usually from years of feeling unsupported or neglected in childhood. And then the trauma storage that is more in the hip region tends to be associated to rejection, betrayal. Something that I'm finding in my work with clients and within my own experience is that the trauma that's stored in our body has a program associated to it. Example of a program that might get reenacted through a trigger like a cue or a word or a phrase is someone asking you for something, someone making a request. And then that trauma gets an opportunity to be replayed and reenacted, and then it kind of goes on a loop. When a word is triggering or a cue occurs in your environment that takes you back to a certain time, it's not always conscious. And so we don't always make the highest choice possible because we don't even realize that we're engaging in a trauma response. A very common trauma response is fawning, which is people pleasing. A lot of us go into fawn mode, not even realizing we're in a trauma response. So if someone makes a request, asks you for something, the guilt programs get triggered, and you unconsciously give in to the request because it's easier to give in than to have to go there. Because if you go there, then you'll be feeling stuff. But the point of this message is to help people understand that trauma that gets stored in the body usually also has an associated program attached to it that allowed it to be there and allows it to stay there. A way to get through this is really slowing down and being mindful when there's even the slightest pause in your body or the slightest charge when somebody makes a request, to know that there's a possibility that your truth is to say no in that moment, and that your truth would be the opposite of what the fawning response would be.